you're going to drop $250,000, but now you have $1 million property. Yeah, so here's the problem with like the pricing. Once you start opening up things to fix them properly, you start getting other problems. You know what I mean? Like the problems don't stop unless you fix it all like for good, right?
Yeah.
So you need to have a proper plan going into it. And you can spend all kinds of money there and never see it again. It's like a needle in a haystack, right? So you can patch this, patch that, patch this, patch that, patch this. But if you don't affect income, it doesn't affect the value of the property. So you drop $100,000 to fix the back, you still haven't addressed the issue of the income. So you'll never get that $100,000 back. And so the only way to do that, if you have a proper plan and you do the whole thing from scratch, right? You do the windows, the front, change all the brick from the front, change all the windows, redo all the common areas, hallways. You see the hallway was a bit slanted.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have to you got to re-level that somehow. You got rotting wood in there. You got to change all the subfloors. You got to do just complete gut and redo. You're gonna drop $250,000, but now you have $1 million property, not a $400,000 property. So if you spend $4, you buy it for $4, put $250 into it, right? Now you have $650,000 that are in, right? You get $1 million valuation. You pull 800 or 700,000. Now you got all your money back in your pocket, and now you have a really beautiful property, right? So that's the idea. And you always have contingencies, because you know that whatever the price is that you get quoted for, it's always going to end up being more. I've never had a chance to it wasn't what we expected. It's not 100,000. It was like 50,000. It's always the opposite. It's like, we thought it was going to be 100,000, but it ended up being like 125 or 150. So you put those contingencies in when you're doing the numbers, right? And then ultimately, if the numbers make sense, then they make sense.